People always say that God will never leave us nor forsake us. Why do I feel alone all the time? People always say that God will never leave us nor forsake us. Why do I feel alone all the time? Well, my sister, people don't say that. The Bible says that. It's not people saying this. The Bible says that He will never leave us nor forsake us. Okay. And the problem is that why you feel alone is because at this current moment, based on the lifestyle that you have lived, you have allowed yourself to be in a form of isolation, self-isolation. And we oftentimes, notice I'm saying the word we oftentimes equate a lot of people around us with not being alone. But I'm gonna tell you for a fact, there were years when I was surrounded by hundreds and I was alone. I've been in rooms, I could tell you some stories. And on my face, it's looking like I'm having the time of my life, but I'm not, I'm alone. Alone is a mindset. It's not a reality. That's people that's been married for 25 years and they lonely. You understand? There's people that come from large families, around people all the time, and they're the most lonely people walking on this earth. Because the mindset of loneliness is about the ability to relate to others, to the Most High, to the world around you. So the reason you probably feel alone, I'm saying probably, I don't know for sure, this requires a whole nother level of counseling. It's simply because of the fact of how you see yourself and what you currently believe that you deserve. You know, quite often, we are our world, we are our worst critics. I tell people all the time, especially I say this all the time, it's mostly women a lot of times, is women will forgive everything, any day. You could do the worst things ever to them, and they'll forgive you. For some reason, they have a hard time forgiving themselves. And so that's why a lot of times people feel alone. It's because of the way what they see when they look in that mirror. Once you get to the understanding, is that no matter what you have done in this earth, I don't care how bad it was. When Yahshua was sitting in that garden, who the one to be Jesus was sitting in that garden. And when he asked the Father, in that second of flesh and carnality that was screaming out, can this bitter cup be taken away from me? Once you grasp and acknowledge the truth of the matter, that you was the reason that he said, not my will, but thy will be done, that's going to change everything about your life. This Basora, this good news, is the simple fact what they call the too good to be true news. Is that you've done all of these things, deplorable, awful, horrific things, and he said you still were worth dying for. And he still came for you. He still chose to love you. And once you grasp that and you receive that, you will never feel alone another day of your life. You can't memorize Bible scriptures and get that. This doesn't come through prophecies. You can't sow your way into this. Give me Revelation 3. Watch this. Verse 20.
Behold, I stand at the door.
I stand at the door. This is Joshua, the one on to be Jesus, is standing at the door right now. Go ahead.
And knock.
And knock.
If any man hear my voice.
If any man or woman. Notice. It didn't say any perfect man, any perfect woman, anyone that's righteous, anyone that's holy. It says what?
If anyone hear my voice.
If anyone hear my voice.
And open the door.
And open the door.
I will come into him.
I will come into him or her. You got to open the door. He's a gentleman. He's not going to kick the door down. He's not going to force his way in. He's not going to coerce you. He's not going to trick you. Reminded of in Exodus when Moses walked past the burning bush. The Bible says that he saw the burning bush and at first he walked by and he didn't stop. But when he turned and looked again, that was him making a decision to want to know. And that's when the Father began to speak. You see, ladies and gentlemen, you've been going to these churches and they've been preaching this. You name it and claim it, and I got this laid up for you in houses and cars and money and stuff, and all that's good and great. But that ain't what the Most High came for. That's not what he sent his son for. He sent his son to give him himself. He came to make himself available to us. You understand? And read it again, chapter and verse.
Revelation chapter 3, verse 20.
Bring it up.
Behold, I stand at the door and knock.
And knock.
If any man hear my voice.
If any man or woman hear my voice, go ahead.
And open the door.
And open the door.
I will come into him. And will sup with him.
And sup with him.
And he with me.
And he or she with me. You just got to open the door. You just got to open the door. Listen. There is nothing in this world a lot like being appreciated for who you are. Some women are appreciated because they're beautiful. Some men are appreciated because they're attractive. They've got money, they got a car. They got these different things that this woman wants, or this woman may have some attributes that this man desires. But it is nothing like knowing that the person wants you. And the creator of the earth, the person who has everything, wants you. Think about that. And he wants to make himself available to you. There's no greater love. Receive the love, and everything comes along with it. Lonely is a mindset. It's not a reality. It's not about who's around you, who's not. It's a mindset. I promise you. You open the door, you will never feel alone another day in your life. Con?
Con.
All right.